guys. So this is my day off from work and I'm about to go out to lunch just to enjoy the weather. But I was doing some reading this morning and it kind of compelled me to make a video because these statistics are just insane. I previously mentioned in a video that I'm working with the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, which collects food for people who are in hunger and children who are in hunger. So I was doing some reading this morning on just some statistics, excuse me. And last year, Americans threw out over 30 million. Is that right? Yeah. Over 30 million pounds of food. When I read that we throw away so much, I mean, that's not just wasted food that we're throwing out that could go to somebody who could really use it. But that's also money that you're throwing out and food that you're using your energy to, keep cool or frozen that you're throwing out. So I wanted to come on here today and provide some tips on how you guys can help reduce the food waste. And I'm not saying that I am innocent in this because I struggle with this every single week. I have a hard time because I live alone, so I try to ration out what I buy and the recipes I use and how I store my leftovers, because there's always leftovers when you live alone. Even when I invite friends or have dinner with my boyfriend here, there's always food left over. So I thought I would share with you guys some ways to help reduce food waste. First tip is to obviously plan your meals. When you go to the grocery store, have an idea in mind of what you're making this week, what snacks you're gonna need, beverages, everything. Cover all your grounds before you even walk into the grocery store. That way when you go in, you know what you need and you're not gonna go and buy excess food. Excess? You're not gonna buy more food than what you need per visit to the grocery store. Right along with number one, making a grocery list will help you. It'll actually help you save money as well, because if you go into the grocery store with a plan, you are less likely to be enticed to buy things that you see on the shelves up front, because those are the things they want you to see. Those are the things they want you to buy. If it's not on your list, don't buy it. It's that simple. Unless, and I do this rule, unless it is something that can be stored indefinitely and is on super big sale. Like, what's something that I buy? Oh, it's not even food that I do this with. But if I see like condiments on sale, like ketchup, and I don't have it on my list, but it's gonna last a long time, I might pick up that bottle. But I know that I go through that quick enough. But don't buy, especially produce. If produce is on sale and it's not on your list and you know you're not gonna get through it, don't buy it. The next one goes right along with planning out your meals. Know your measurements. If you need, 4 pounds of chicken for something and you want to go buy the 10-pound bag, know your rations, know your portions. Maybe buy, the smaller 5-pound and then find something to do with that 1 excess pound rather than have that 6 excess pounds to deal with. Knowing your measurements and your portions will also help you when you're planning out your meals. It'll also help you with space in your kitchen, so you're not keeping, 800 things in your kitchen because you made 10 dishes last month and only had to use 10% of each of those items. They're not just chilling in your kitchen waiting to go to waste for you to throw away. The next one is to shop in bulk for your dry foods only, like your pastas and your cereals. You can buy those in bulk because they're not going to go bad nearly as quick as your produce. Some people like to buy their spinach in big bags. Myself was included in this because it was really nice and it saved you money and it was all these greens, but then I always ended up throwing half of it away. So at the end of the day, I still do go buy the small 2 or 3 portion bags for the week because I know I'll go through those a lot quicker and I'm less likely to throw that away. The next one is cook only what you're going to eat. Now this tip is something that I personally do not follow because I meal plan. If I make a dish and it serves, 6 portions, I will have 1 the night that I cook it, and then I have Tupperware that's, a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I won't have that meal for lunch every day. Sometimes I'll have it for lunch, sometimes I'll have it for dinner, sometimes I'll mix it up and add a different side to it to make it different. But if you are someone who is trying to really cut down their food waste, cook only what you need for that day, if you have the time for it. I understand if you don't follow this one. This was just something I thought of and thought it would be a good thing to toss into it. Or you can do this one, freeze your meals. That is awesome. It'll really help you if you're making a big batch of something. For me, for example, it's fall, it's cold. I like to make chili and just drink like some wine or cool water and eat chili at the end of the day with my windows open, just enjoy the breeze. I'll make chili in a big pot, my crock pot. I'll cook it before, I go to work, and when I come home, it's done and ready and it's awesome. I will freeze half of it because I think it serves like 12 servings. So I'll put 6 servings in the freezer, and then I will divide the remaining 6 into containers that have labels on them. I will not just put food in a container without a label, because that's just waiting for it to get tossed in the trash. I have to know what day I'm going to consume it. Meal planning and prepping is the way to go. It really is. Saves you money, time, energy, food waste, and I can't endorse it any more than that. The next one is to move expiring products to the front of your pantry. So for example, if you have soup or jelly or something in the pantry that's gonna go bad, move it to the front. And sometimes I take a little Sharpie marker and I'll write like the expiration date on the box. So when I open the pantry because I wanna make something, I see, oh, I better think of something to make with, that pasta or that jam or that soup because it's gonna go bad soon. For example, this morning when I made eggs and toast, I used the jelly in my pantry because it said it's gonna go bad in about 6 weeks. I haven't started on it yet. So I'm now having raspberry jelly on my toast because I do not want to waste it. Using weekends as your pantry cleanup. This is great, especially when you're enticed to go out with your friends and you want to go drink and eat out. It's I guess I wouldn't say it's the funnest option, but it is practical. And hey, if you don't have anything left in your fridge, you've done well, you've planned well, go out and do whatever you want, I guess. But if you do have food, be mindful to try to eat it on the weekends. Or you can do what I do, invite family or friends over to say, hey, I've got, an extra batch of chili. I've got an extra batch of chili in my freezer. We can watch football and you guys can bring over sides or something, and it just makes it nice. And I will say it is kind of weird to see your fridge empty before you go shopping, but it is a nice feeling to know that you didn't waste anything. I think, we're raised to believe a fridge full of food, is a sign of taking care of yourself and providing for yourself. But really, if you have too much food in your fridge, you're just throwing it away, you're not providing for anyone, and you're really just cutting down on your own budgets and you're helping no one. So use your weekends, find ways to conventionally use up what's in your fridge, and be creative. My last one is learn how to store your foods. For example, myself, I did not know how to properly store celery. So I'd bring it home, wash it, and just keep it in the bag, and 3 days later, it would be awful. So I Pinterest searched how to store celery, and I learned, you wash it, you put it in paper towel, then wrap the paper towel with celery in foil. It keeps it crisper. It's lasted me all week. I've seen Budget Girl, and I really want her to make this video, and I know she says it's super simple, but I want to see it. She can take her strawberries, wash them, put them in mason jars, and she says they last all week. I feel like if I do that, it's just gonna mold in the jar, but she says it works. I want her to make a video. If you watch this, Sarah, please make a video. Please, please, please. But if you learn how to store the food you buy on a weekly basis, you're gonna throw less of it away because it's going to stay better longer. And right along with that, making your labels, like I said in the pantry part, making your labels, knowing how to store your food will help you guys in the long run not to waste food. Anyway, I hope you guys like this kind of impromptu video on how to not waste as much food in your personal homes. Once again, this was brought on by me working with the Mid-Ohio Food Bank and seeing firsthand the families that, really need this help. And if we can do anything, even if it's just waste less so the grocery stores can give more, that's you not doing anything but saving money and your own time, and you're still contributing, by doing nothing, by just shopping less and giving the grocery stores more to give to them. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if there's anything I missed that you think I should know or anyone else watching should know, please leave a comment down below. And if you have already, that's not right. If you have not already subscribed, click the little red subscription button down below to be subscribed for future videos. I'll see you next time.